or good afternoon. I'm in a different time zone. Let's give everybody one more minute to hop on and then we'll get started on locations. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and we can just talk about locations. Locations are going to be different office branches, that different physical locations that you have for your business. We use this so that we can organize our leads, even our taxes and mailing addresses on invoices, etc., into different categories in different locations. So if you have 2 locations, but you're operating out of one CRM, this is how you'll do it. We're going to go over to our settings, company settings, and then we're going to go to locations. I have 2 locations here. By default, you always have one, and there's no need to make any adjustments to the one that you have. You can add locations, so you just create the name of the location. You could say like Florida office, and then you could just put in your address here, and then your zip code, choosing your time zone and country. The location is added. It is that simple to add a new location. There's no limit to how many locations that you can have in the system. And your first location, again, is just created automatically during setup. Each location can have a different billing address, and a default location will automatically be applied to new projects. My default location is Atlanta, and you can update the default location here in the settings. They can each have their own office address and their own billing address if you'd like to use a different billing address on invoices. And you can set separate vendor and service taxes for the different areas. So service taxes are different in different areas or different states. So that's super important. Um, in order to add the taxes by location, so vendor tax is going to be applied at the line item level. The customer does not see these. It would just name the vendor tax with the rate. And then we can choose which categories get taxed. So I'm going to say my materials. I can also add a service tax, which I know many people in this industry do have service taxes. Oh. Now, if I go back over to my Savannah office, I can choose service tax and vendor tax. And you can see here it's asking if I would like to click multiple. I only have one that I've entered in just now as an example, but you can choose a different service and vendor tax or have multiple of them for each office location. Both tax types can be set up here under the locations tab in our location specific. Um, all right, so here's my project board. I have a few in production and a few in sales. One way that you can use locations is to have leads be sorted by location, depending on the location assigned to each user. So when Rachel Adams came in, I could have had this project default to the Florida office based on the address that she entered on the lead form on my website. In that same way, I can have the forms that they get to leave Google reviews routed to the correct Google My Business page, which is incredibly important. You don't want reviews for the Florida office going to your Savannah location. So we want to make sure that we have all of these things set up and factored in whenever we are considering using locations. I can change the location manually. You saw this here. We'll go to this one's in Savannah now. And then on my users as well, I can manage my team. And I can choose a primary location for each team member. I can also use a primary location for each of my AI agents. And I can choose their phone number based on the best area code for that location. So I chose the Atlanta office, and it gave me the 2 people who are in the Atlanta office that I can assign. Let me choose John. Okay. So every team member, every AI agent can be assigned to a specific location, and they should be. It's best if you have this all set up from the beginning when you're using locations, and if you're working with an account manager at Proline, you're gonna wanna tell them pretty immediately when you add your second location in so that they can go ahead and help you make sure that all of these different things are configured according to your account. Let me hop over to my dashboard. Many of our dashboarding can also be sorted by location. So I can look at each of my reports by location, which is critical. You can see all of your businesses together in one place, and you can also divide them up into different categories or different locations. So you're gonna be able to do this on marketing, sales, there's that drop down there, production, profitability, and of course the map. So the best practice is to have one default location and then to use all of the different unique tax setups according to different locations. Um, Keep the naming conventions consistent. I've been sort of haphazard with mine in my demo account, but you'll want to make sure that you're being consistent with what people would expect. The North office or the Dallas South office, for example. Train the team to make sure they know how to select the correct locations. And then you really want to make sure that your inbound leads and your Google reviews are set up to divide by location. Locations is fairly simple once you get it all set up. It's easy to use, it's easy to set up, and our account managers will help you along the way. Just let us know if you have any questions. In the meantime, thanks so much.